2. When I told folks that I was involved with the investigation of an actual murder, their eyes tend to light up. A few people wanted to look thoughtful and caring for a bit, but they all want to hear the story. They love this story. Heck, I love this story, so I don't blame them. This story taught me a couple of things. 1. As you will see while I'll tell it taught me so much about human nature, about the illusion of living, of course, and a great deal about the importance of preservation. It's a great story that I go back to even in my own head when I need to clearly think about my philosophy and make sure I'm on the right track. It's a essential moment in my life, and I have stayed important throughout, but I have learned it so much from the telling of the story as well. I have shared the story so many times, I lost count. I have perfected the shape of it. I know when to tell something and when to leave it out. I also know that despite the horrific content of the story, people want to hear it. People want to hear about the extremes of the human experience. Anger, jealousy, hate, ambition. These are all stories people crave. And why? Because their own lives are boring. Maybe that's the part of it. But I think it's something more. They are seeing their own lives reflected back to them on a large scale. Most people hadn't murdered someone, but most people have thought about hurting someone out of anger, even if they never really would. They want to follow the through line. They want to place themselves in that role, only for a moment to see what if is the big what if storytelling. So now I'm going to tell you the story, and I will add every so often my personal thoughts on how it was so perfectly illustrates my philosophy. I should tell it like a classic murder mystery story, because there already is a pleasing way of telling these stories, and if you copy it, you get the best result, the best response for the audience, that is. Sometimes I wonder if Walter Richmond's greatest contribution to the world before he left it was being a character in the story I will someday tell. I wonder if he'll be proud. I think he'll enjoy that. Joey definitely told me the story early on in our friendship, and I had pleasure watching him share it with us several other times, seeing how he perfected the telling of it. I say that this version was near perfect, and it is a good thing he wrote it down when he did, because in later years of the story became more rambling and characters will get it up. I even found myself correcting him once or twice, which you can imagine he did not appreciate it. I am glad that he wrote it down this one time. It helps me remember Joey at this most charming and sharp. Later years, he became too fixated on things he might have gotten wrong. There was too much guilt and worry, too much fear. It didn't feel like the same man at the end, that's for sure.